What if a murder went unsolved for 3 decades, only for the killer to step forward decades later? This is the story of Marianne Hughes, a young woman whose life was cut tragically short, and the shocking confession that finally brought the truth to light. Stay until the end, because this case is unlike anything you've ever heard. Willow Creek, a quiet, sleepy town where everyone knew everyone. Marianne Hughes, 24 years old, was a beloved teacher at Willow Creek Elementary. Devoted to her students, kind to her neighbors, and fiercely independent, she had a life full of promise ahead. Her family described her as joyful, generous, and full of laughter, the kind of person who could light up any room she entered. But in 1993, everything changed. One cold November afternoon, Marianne vanished. Marianne left her classroom around 3 p.m., heading home after a long day teaching. Hours passed, and she didn't arrive home. Phone calls went unanswered. By evening, Marianne Hughes was officially missing. Police began canvassing the town. There was no sign of forced entry in her apartment. Nothing stolen. No note. Just a chilling silence where a life once thrived. Investigators were baffled. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. For 30 years, the case remained cold. Marianne Hughes became a memory, a mystery, a haunting question mark in the town's history. But sometimes, secrets refuse to stay buried forever. Then, in 2023, a man named David Larson came forward. One afternoon, David walked into the Willow Creek police station. His hands shook. His eyes were red. "I need to tell the truth," he said. "It's about Marianne Hughes." Over the next several hours, he confessed. He described Marianne's final day, a small argument at her apartment, an accident that spiraled out of control, and a panicked attempt to cover it up. He had lived in fear of being caught, carrying the guilt silently for decades. A case that had been unsolvable was finally solved. This case leaves us with questions about human nature, guilt, and the burden of secrets. How does one live for decades with a crime hidden in plain sight? The story of Marianne Hughes reminds us that sometimes the truth has a life of its own. No matter how much time passes, the past can catch up.